Ronald Greene's family walked into court Monday morning seeking justice for his in-custody death back in 2019, but left heartbroken as former Louisiana State Trooper Kory will see no jail time for his connection to Greene's death. York accepted a plea deal in court. As part of the deal, he pleaded no contest to 8 counts of simple battery. A judge sentenced him to a year of supervised probation, a $1,000 fine, and 160 hours of community service.
Very happy with it. He had no low contendere pleas to misdemeanor offenses, no jail time. We're happy.
York was one of 2 officers still facing charges. His initial charges included 1 count of negligent homicide, which state prosecutors dropped in September, and 10 counts of malfeasance in office. Greene's mother shared her thoughts on the decision.
Got away with negligent homicide. This is a travesty. It's such a travesty.
Civil rights attorney Lee Merritt is working with the family as they move forward. He says the courts treated the family unfairly.
It has been an intentional breakdown in the judicial process, a denial of this family's due process rights, a violation of their equal protection rights.
The family says they will move forward with legal action in federal courts.
The feds, they say they're still actively investigating, and I lean on them. A level of integrity with what was seen needs to rise above this dirt.
Now, only Union Parish Sheriff's Deputy Chris Harpin still faces charges. His trial is set for early 2025. Reporting in Union Parish, Devontae Martin, KNOE 8 News.